Good day, sir. For today's video, I'm going to create or make a video lecture about the learnings that I've got in your subject, which is understanding the self. Before I start, I would like to give my own understanding about what is understanding the self. So, understanding the self, it is the attainment of knowledge about the insight into one's characteristic, including attitudes, motivates behavioral tendencies, strength, and weaknesses. And also, the main focus of the understanding the self is to understanding the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The main object is to understand meaning, importance, and various factors related to the self concept and self esteem. Lesson 1: The self from the various philosophical perspective. Socrates. Socrates was the first philosopher who engaged in systematic questioning about the self, and he believes that a man is composed of a body and soul. Plato. Plato is a student of Socrates. Um, Plato supported the idea that man is a dual nature of a body and a soul, and he added the three components of the soul. The first one is the rational soul, the second one is the spirited soul, and the third one is the appetitive soul. Next philosopher is Augustine. Augustine agreed that a man is a bifurcated nature, and Augustine was born in North Africa. He was the first Christian philosopher. Next philosopher is Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas said that indeed man is composed of a two part, which is matter and form, in Greek, hail. And furthermore, Thomas Aquinas, known as the um, Italian Dominican friar and priest, and he was the greatest of the scholastic philosopher. This philosopher is Rene Descartes. Rene Descartes conceived of a human person having a body and mind, and he was known to his philosophical statement, I think therefore I am, in the Latin translation, cogito ergo sum, and he was a French mathematician, philosopher, and scientist. The next philosopher is David Hume. David Hume believed that man can only attain knowledge and by experiencing. And he was known to his book of the history of Great Britain. And moreover, David Hume, known as today for his highly influential system of philosophical empiricism, skepticism, and naturalism. The next philosopher is Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant says that the time and the space are ideas that cannot find in the world, but is built in our mind. He called this the apparatus of the mind. And he said as well that the inner self is comprised of our psychological state and our rational intellect. And Immanuel Kant, known as the German philosopher and one of the foremost thinkers of the Enlightenment. Next philosopher is Gilbert Ryle. Gilbert Ryle was born in Britain, United Kingdom, and he believes that the bodies and the minds are separated, and his dialogue is I act, therefore I am. lastly, the last philosopher is Merleau-Ponty. Merleau-Ponty said that the body and the mind cannot be separated, or the mind and the body are so intertwined that they cannot be separated from one another.